how y'all doing? It's already been an eventful day. If y'all hear fuss in the background, we had some stuff that popped off this morning. But today is August the 5th. This has been a phenomenal week concerning like the Lord, what we heard. I posted some stuff on social media. I'm not even gonna sit here and try to promise y'all that I'm gonna put in what it is. I need y'all to start reading that description box. The description box will have all of the scriptures. It'll have everything that I'm saying. If I just randomly say a scripture, it'll be in that description box, so you'll have it, right? So I actually wrote down notes. So if you see me look to the, my right or my left, it's because I'm looking at notes. So like today is the 5th. Every first through the 3rd of each month, I do a corporate fast with Covered by God. I would highly recommend it. Okay, sorry about that. My husband was checking on me, make sure I was straight. So like I was saying, I do the 1st to the 3rd, I do a corporate fast. It is Prophetess. We're gonna put that title on there. Tiphani Montgomery. It's Covered by God. When I was going through, God made it available for me to be aware of her ministry, and I started fasting, and that has catapulted me and my family into all that we are doing, all that I've learned, all the growth, all the development. It started there from other people alongside her, like Pastor Kevin L.A. Ewing, Reverend Solomon, who has the book. I don't even know where the book is at. I'll put it in the description as well. But all of those on top of what my pastor was teaching is what got me and my family through this season. The bulk of it was prayer, fasting, being aware of certain things. I'll have to do a whole, like whenever I sit down and finally be like, okay, I can say this without crying. I can say this without all this, because it's really fresh. We really just got through most of this stuff, but I'm gonna stay focused. So we had that fast. That fast was, I don't know if it was because I had a different type of expectation this go round, or what it was. It was just so different this time. It was so, they're always life changing, but this one was like, I could hear, and everything that he was saying, like the next day or the day after that, it was getting confirmed for me. And it was just like, Lord, you were good. I'm going to put in the description, because on the 3rd, they had the Covered by God is a meeting that they had. That meeting is going to expound upon what I'm going to talk to y'all today. And I'm giving it not because it's secondhand information from her, but this is what I got myself from God. But she's going to give you further insight. Reverend Solomon's going to give you further insight. I just want to give y'all the tools that help me to get where I'm at now. God going to put people in your path and in your life that's going to take you to that next level. It's certain things that you don't even know is hindering you, and you're going to be made aware of. I was made aware of it. I knew it was something. I'm just like, it's something. So I'm grateful. I'm thankful. He got it to me, and let's go ahead and get into it. The first thing from that week, besides, it was just phenomenal, was he was like, I've already done it. God saying to focus on me and what I'm releasing. And the way that he described it to me was, I don't know if we got like any project managers or people watching me, but you have something you're trying to build, something you're trying to create, right? So you have you're going to do how you're going to make it. You make it. And then you're going to do your kinks, your bugs, get all of that out, get it all straight. All of this is done behind the scenes before it is released, right? Oh, I broke that down kind of quick. Come on, Jesus. So in this instance, we are the project. He already formed it. He already framed it. And then stuff happens. We come in the world and we pick up stuff we shouldn't pick up. We learn stuff we shouldn't learn. So he got to get those kinks and those bugs out, right? So I believe in that last season, probably for a lot of us, he was getting those kinks and he was getting those bugs out for this huge release that he's releasing, because he wants us to get all of it, not part of it, because he's good like that. We're going to get the blessing, but he wants you to have full, not partial. So, so I don't know if y'all churchy like how I was growing up, but they used to say, we're going to Shabbat God, right? So I was like, Lord, I heard that during praise and worship on Sunday. And I was like, I've got to make sure that this is something that is true and is real, because I don't want to be Shabbaking you and it's not correct, right? So it is not Shabbat, because we on the western side, so we just gonna make everything according to us. But if you say it correctly, it is Savak God. It is a loud tone. I'm a singer, so tone is everything. Even when you're speaking with someone, your tone is everything. You can relay good information and have a bad tone and they not receive it. But if you are relaying bad information with a good tone, more than likely they will receive it. And then it's all on top of that is dealing with triumph. I'm not saying, "Ooh, I've got the victory." It's from a place of victory. It is of triumph. I'm talking, my loud tone is of triumph, from triumph, not to it. I am it. So that was wonderful. Y'all, we gotta be quiet in this season. That, I know that's for me. God be out here telling us stuff. He be showing us stuff. And some stuff you can say. Some stuff you just can't say. That's going to be between you and God. And then once the manifestation of it, which what we're working on, we're going to hear his word, do his word through application of it. This is what my pastor said. Then you're going to get that manifestation and the demonstration. You know what I'm saying? So when you get that manifestation, the demonstration of your blessing, you're going to let that blessing speak for you. And then as they ask, he'll give you what to say, because it wasn't anything that we did. We just surrendered and we yield to receive it. So in this season, y'all, we got to shut up. We talk too much. We be sitting out here like people don't have to pump and prod us for a lot of the stuff that they be trying to get out of us to, because we freely give it. We just got to be quiet in this season. So the next thing was abundance of rain. Covered by God, she went over this. So like I said, y'all go down in that description. I'm going to have that link there for you. Abundance of rain. It is a thing. It is real. It is in the Bible. I will put the scripture in there for you about the abundance of rain, because we are in that season. We in it, y'all, and I want us to receive it. I understand it's probably be weeks down, but even if you're hearing it weeks from the day that I'm saying it on August 5th, it is still for you. It is still your time. Everything that we've been talking about up until this point, we got to make sure that we do it. And I'm going to go through that right now before I even go down there. It's about that unforgiveness. We have got to let folk go. This is how I say it. I forgive. Let me say, I'm going to use myself, because sometimes we need to forgive ourselves. I forgive myself. I release myself into the freedom of my forgiveness. I forgive myself. I forgive anybody that ever did anything to me, because if I hold that in, I can't hold on to God. I can't hold on to whatever emotion, negative emotion that's connected to that unforgiveness, because I want to be forgiven. When I speak, I want God to hear me. And when he speaks, I want to hear him clearly. And I can hear him clearly when I don't have anything that is blocking me from hearing what he has to say. That is what is of most importance. He understands that you got hurt. He understands it. He cares. That's nothing. It's not even in my notes, but it's in 1 Peter 5:7, I believe. It'll be in the description. Cast your cares on me, because I care for you. God, he cares. We get so used to people not caring that we put God in that same instance. He cares, but he wants you to give it to him and leave it there. Leave it there. He know what the people did you. They know what they did you, but they've gone on. We have to learn how to move on too. We have to learn how to move forward. We got to move forward, and we have to move forward in faith, Because some of us have really been messed over. Some of us have really been it ain't no joke. So it's not to say what you went through doesn't matter. It's not to say that what you have endured, but it's not worth your blessing. It's not worth your relationship with God. It's not worth the destiny that he predestined for you to have. He knew all this was going to happen. That's why he has his word set out like how he has it. But we have to do it. We can't be in our thing. Well, it's just the principle. That principle is holding you from your promise. What you want, your principle or your promise, then let it go. So that's where we are now. What's more important, your will being done or how I feel? Your will or how I feel? I'm going to choose your will. Because that's what I'm here to do. That's what I have to answer for. I don't have to think of every excuse that the enemy tries to give me with everything that he tries to do. And on top of that, it don't be the enemy sometimes. It just straight up be us, because we're not focused on what God's agenda is. We're focused on what I want, and I'm going to do it how I want to do it. And if whatever, it's whatever. But that's why your life is whatever. What kind of life do you want? Do you want a whatever life, or do you want a will life? I want a will life, because that will life will be wonderful. Whatever or wonderful. I'm going to choose wonderful every day. Whew, all right. I got you. Is what he told me. I heard that. Ooh. A lot. I got you. So while you're walking in forgiveness, while these people over here doing all this, Lord, make me unoffendable. This is all stuff that I've heard on Covered by God. So I'm going to put the links in there for y'all. Lord, make me unoffendable. You, baby, say do what you want to do. It don't stop anything that me and God got going on over here. That's what matters. That is what is priority. That's another thing that she said that I didn't put in my notes, but it's coming up to me. It's about what I was talking about you have all these different roles that you do. You know, me being a wife, a mother, being an employee, a sister, a daughter. You have all of these things. We need to go in that word and see how he wants us to do it. It was a reminder for me. She even gave definitions of it. How a daughter is acceptable to God and how we are peculiar. It's these words where they don't say a whole lot about daughters in the Bible. It's son this, son that. Matter of fact, I did hear son throughout this week, but we didn't understand our roles as mothers, as daughters, but being a daughter of God, right? So the last thing that I'm going to wrap it up with, tie it up with a bow, is Job 42 from the Message Bible. This was so good and it was so juicy. I just can't sit here and not read it to y'all. Because this was something that I told God earlier this week or last week. It was just like I sat here and I went off of what people said about you, and I didn't get to know you for myself. And I apologize. I apologize for coming to you. I'm supposed to come boldly, but I came before you biggity. I didn't come as a true daughter. I came to you like you owed me something. And it's not like that. You come boldly. You come with respect. You come with honor to use the authority God has given you. You don't become a bigoted for him, because he already did it. And if he don't do another thing, that's what she said. If he don't do another thing for you, you still have the right attitude when you come before him, when you pray, when you talk to him, and you sit down and you wait for him to speak back to you. So I'm gonna read that to y'all. It just blessed me. So this is Job speaking to God after God asked him some questions in Job 41. He said, I'm convinced you can do anything and everything. Nothing and no one can upset your plans. You ask, who is muddying the water, ignorantly confusing the issue, second guessing my purposes. I admit it. I was the one. I babbled on about things far beyond me, made small talk about wonders way over my head. You told me, listen, and let me do the talking. Let me ask the questions. You give the answers. I admit I once lived by rumors of you. Now I have it all firsthand from my own eyes and ears. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I'll never do that again. I promise. I'll never again live on crusts of hearsay, crumbs of rumors. You know, we put an S on everything. It's rumor. That's what I learned in this season. That blessed me. In the continuation of Job 42, he told Job to intercede for his friends because they mocked him. You know, all the shame, all the stuff that he endured, and all this and all that. I read all of Job 42. I'm telling you. I'm just going to read it. And y'all going to have to excuse me with some of these words. After God had finished addressing Job, he turned to, I'm guessing, Eliphaz, the Temanite, and said, I've had it with you and your two friends. I'm fed up. You haven't been honest either with me or about me, not the way my friend Job has. So here's what you must do. Take 7 bulls and 7 rams and go to my friend Job. He called him friend. Come on. Sacrifice a burnt offering on your own behalf. My friend Job will pray for you, and I will accept his prayer. He will ask me not to treat you as you deserve for talking nonsense about me. This is God talking. And for not being honest with me as he has. They did it. Eliphaz the Temanite, if I'm saying it correctly, Bildad the Shuhite, and Zophar the Naamathite did what God commanded, and God accepted Job's prayer. After Job had interceded for his friends, that's what I want to tell y'all, you got to intercede for these people. God restored his fortune, and then he doubled it. He's calling for double in this season, but you have to acknowledge what you've done wrong. You then have to intercede them so that they don't get what they deserve, and then he will restore you and give you double. All his brothers and sisters and friends came to his house and celebrated. They told him how sorry they were and consoled him for all the trouble God had brought him. Each of them brought generous housewarming gifts. God blessed Job's later life even more than his earlier life. He's a restorer. He ended up with 14,000 sheep, 6,000 camels, 1,000 teams of oxen, and 1,000 donkeys. He also had 7 sons and 3 daughters. He named the first daughter Dove, the second Cinnamon, and the third Dark Eyes. There was not a woman in that country as beautiful as Job's daughter. Their father treated them as equals with their brothers, providing the same inheritance. They didn't do that back then, so that speaks volumes. And lastly, Job lived on another 140 years, living to see his children and grandchildren, 4 generations of them. If y'all remember or go back, I'm talking about generations. Then he died an old man, a full life. So ain't none of us go through what Job went through. Now, if you did, go read Job and you'll see what God will do when you trust him and you let go. You repent. You come out of agreement with all of that foolishness that you thought, all the hearsay and the crumb and the rumor of him, and you get to know him. After all of that, all Job said, he feared and all of that. He got out of that fear. He repented. God restored him after he interceded for his friends. God called him friend after all of that, because Job said some crazy stuff. And his latter was greater than the former. So this is long. And they knocking for me too. I know y'all heard that knock. So y'all read Job 42 in the Message. I'm gonna put the cover by God. It's long, but it's life changing. You'll scroll and do all kind of stuff all the time. Do this investment for yourself. I promise you, you will see wonders and signs that you ain't never think would happen for you. And it's gonna be quick. It ain't gonna take forever, because God has a speed whenever he restores. It's a speed to it. So I absolutely hope that encouraged y'all. Y'all have a great one. I'll see y'all next week.